All right, so this trip is a really big deal. Not for what it is, but for what it stands for. So growing up with YouTube, I always looked up to vloggers. Charles Trippy, Jesse and Gina, and eventually Casey Neistat and a bunch of other people. I loved the idea of sharing a perspective or living life through someone else's eyes. And I told myself that one day I would do that too. And eventually I did. When I was 17, I vlogged my first trip to Guatemala. I put those videos on this channel, and looking back, they are terrible, terrible videos that no one should ever watch, ever under any circumstances. But hey, I did the thing I told myself I would do, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I even did it a couple more times after that. But when I turned 20, I went through a quarter-life crisis, if you will. I was afraid I wasn't doing enough, that I needed to go out and experience more, that this was the time to live and now was the time to do it. So I planned my first trip to New York with my best friend Jake, in the city that never sleeps, put to rest all the insecurities and anxieties I had about living life. At the end of the day, all I want is to be able to look back 1, 5, 10 years from now and be able to say, look at the memories I made. Look at all the experiences I've had. I want to be able to relive everything that I can't just recall from memory. In New York City, New York is where it all started. So with that, I welcome you to New York 27. So we're currently on a bus to New Jersey. The trip started in Washington, so we'll start there. How we got to this point will also be explained. This was not the intended plan. Oh, you're with Lyft, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're with Uber.
Oh. Got a massive.
Oh, there's my Uber.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Josh. Wrong Uber driver.
Note to self, double check next time.
Thanks for having us.
It's delicious.
So we just made it to Washington, D.C. This is our first leg of our New York trip. We've always wanted to see D.C. and now we're finally here. But we're only here for like 28 hours. So it's super important that we capitalize. Wait 1 second. Capitalize on the time we have here. Get it? Because the capital. PSA for anyone coming into the Holocaust Museum, you can't bring in skateboards, so we couldn't go in. Air and Space Museum does allow skateboards. Plane, lots of little planes, weapon planes, suspended planes, ground planes, red planes, space planes. Alright, so it's about 4 hours later. We are kind of dressed up and we're gonna go out to eat. Problem is, we don't know where we're gonna go out to eat, so we gotta go ask someone. So we spoke to the lady up front and she recommended Bar Deco. So we're just gonna. Good evening. Thanks for having us. So I went with a mac and cheese with, I think, pork. It looks absolutely divine. Jacob, what'd you get?
I got like some type of sandwich.
We're on a bus headed to Port Authority. This wasn't the plan at all. I'm in the bathroom in the bus. I'm really afraid to open that. Oh god. Oh god. Okay.